Welcome to Quasimorph, a turn-based, spacefaring piracy simulator with cosmic horror elements and XCOM-style combat, which is a set of descriptors so autistic, it literally revived me from the dead. Well, that and this comment.
Thy price shall be paid in full.
Anyway, what is Quasimorph actually like? This game is so ridiculously unforgiving, its learning curve looks more like a learning brick wall. I mean, I got stuck in the tutorial because I couldn't figure out how to throw a grenade and then blew a piece of my own foot off with a landmine. And then I entered the real game and was repeatedly jumped by everything from flame turrets, an entire magazine of 9mm, and bunches of sweaty, topless, muscly men up close in melee range. And just when you think, wow, I've killed all the enemies, that suspicious classified number in the bottom of the screen ticks up to 100, summoning a Quasimorph, an ancient eldritch race bent on concrete. Yeah, dude, your name's Amogus. I'm not gonna take your goofy floating ass seriously. He proceeded to stalk me down the hallway like a slasher villain before exsanguinating my torso like a fucking juice box. And you know the worst part? The meter kept ticking. I know damn well if I somehow managed to beat this express shipping death machine, the game would probably just summon Prime LeBron to personally dunk my ass so hard my pancreas explodes. But enough talk. Here's an exact play-by-play of how this story went down. After our ship gets raided, we're left to fend for ourselves, with only two classes to choose from. A generic soldier and an insane tweaker, whose game plan is to run up, somehow dodge and weave machine gun fire before brutalizing anything that moves, which, don't get me wrong, this is badass. I'm gonna main this. But how the fuck did they get this job? Hello, welcome to Magnum PMC. What makes you think you're the right person for the job? Well, you know what they say, you are what you eat. So I'm the entire HR department. Fuck it, dude. Take my job. I don't give a shit. And honestly, though, this class is insanely fun. As a British lad myself, seeing a lovely chap storm into the local pub with nothing but a shoplifted hoodie on, some chicken noodles, and a dream, only to beat everyone's ass, steal their clothes, and casually brush off being mag-dumped by wrapping his wounds with the plastic wrap from his supermarket meal deal before running out so hard he can hear his own heartbeat, is just such a faithful recreation of my homeland. I could cry if I'd remembered to pay my crying license. And you know the best part? I did all that without knowing you could sprint. I was just casually catwalk strutting my way from enemy to enemy, which begs the question, why do they keep missing? Was I slaying that hard? Did I just knock the bullets away? What's going on? I did end up trying the other class, but spam firing for 50 days and 50 nights in a gunfight where we're both seemingly so important to the plot that we can't land a hit on anyone, only to dramatically bleed out next to each other, was 1. Dramatic. Sure. 2. Shockingly homoerotic. Maybe. But fun? God no! Because when the alternative is somehow gaining years of combat experience from a comic, only to run into a room, win a 1v4, try to eat them, only to realize my stomach has been removed with surgical precision by enough nails to furnish an entire apartment complex, before ripping out a medical kit and consuming the combined prescriptions of 52 people to scrape past by 3 HP, being a normal soldier just can't cut it. But interestingly enough, this game lets you do something called progress, which means as your skills increase, so does your enjoyment of the game, which as an ex-League player, this concept baffled me. So let me explain. As you progress, you unlock ship upgrades and new classes, such as the Angels of Spades, which is just boring Soldier Man's cooler cousin, as instead of getting tank stats, you get a growing chance that every attack causes a sloppy divorce between your opponent and their favorite arm, leg, or purple-headed yogurt slinger. Now, this class is meant to be played with rifles, but I went all in on that dismember chance, introducing the Sawblade launcher. Pros, I just fire, and the saw blade bounces around the room like a toddler on his 15th espresso of the day, eviscerating anyone in a choke point. Cons. I am also in the choke point, and given at least 50% of my brain power is preoccupied by ramen noodles and tax evasion at any point, I just fired a saw blade directly into my balls. As for ship upgrades, there are so many cool ones, from genetic cloning to map scanning to biological implants and training chambers. But I can't show them to you because in order to get loot, you have to somehow evacuate alive, and they won't let you evacuate until you complete your mission. I tried sneaking around, dodging enemies and slowly stealing all their loot, just for every enemy on the map to have a group makeout session on the other end of the only door to the objective. I tried building reputation to level up my gear, but again, sadly, Tesla Clan, the Emerald Emperor of the Quasimorphs, doesn't accept undertable handies or poop jokes as payment. So yeah, I'd have to beat missions for that. I tried learning the game's stock market and okay, enough. If I could trade stocks, I wouldn't be here. I'd be on a tropical island in Peru, martini in one hand, wad of cash in the other, as I lined up enough illicit substance to kill 10 elephants onto a respectable sex worker, massive fucking romantic organ, before personally sending myself on a 50-50 coin flip to either Nirvana or the nearest ER. Okay, look, that's my review of the game done. We're now gonna get into that cringy YouTuber thanking his fans shit, so if you've made it this far and don't want to hear that, it's fine if you go. I'm really happy with the watch time you've already given me. Whenever YouTubers say that shit where they're like, oh, I love my fans, I always thought that was just weird parasocial bullshit. But honestly, seeing people still commenting on my videos when I had been gone for a year and a half was incredibly inspiring. And I'm back now, and I have big plans for the channel, and it's all thanks to your support. Sincerely, thank you.